Hello, dear students. Welcome back to your computer classes. Here I am again with your next chapter, chapter number 6, introducing Python. Python is a programming language about which we are going to study in detail in this chapter. So let us see what are the learning outcomes of this chapter. The learning in this chapter is Introduction to Python. You'll know what is Python all about, how to install Python in your computer system, what are the components of Python window, how the Python window looks like, and what are the different parts of the Python window. Coming to the first part, that is IPO cycle. Students, you are aware of IPO cycle since your lower classes. IPO. IPO stands for input, process and output. First, let us check out a daily life example by which you can relate to what do you mean by IPO. The set of instructions together are called input, right? So that stands for I. Then happens the processing where all your data gets processed. So that comes P, that is processing. And finally, the result that you get is known as the output, that is O, that is IPO, input, process, and output. Let us check out one daily life example over here. See, the example which is given over here is we have taken few orange, that is the input that we are giving. We are putting it into a processor, the juice processor, from which you move the handle and the juice will come out. So that is the process that will happen. And finally, you will get nice, healthy orange juice, which is your final result, that is your output. So it is input, process, output, that is IPO. Likewise, computer also works on input, process, and output. To this, we have some set of instructions which we term as programs. The set of operations which happens into the computer are termed as programs. And these programs helps a computer to perform different tasks. So we are going to learn about the Python programming language in this chapter. It is a high level programming language. In your previous class, that is 6th standard, you studied about how the computer languages were developed from low level languages to high level languages. So Python is one of a high level programming language. Let us move on to introduction to Python. What is Python? Python is a simple programming language used to write codes for the computer programs. When we create computer programs, it is one of a programming language that we use to write the codes. Who developed Python? Python was created by Guido van Rossum in Netherlands. He was a person who developed this Python programming language. He was working at CWI. CWI is Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica. It is a national research institute for mathematics and computer science in Netherlands. So that is where he developed this Python programming language. This language was officially released in the year 1991 and it is a high level programming language. We are very well aware about the different features of high level programming language. Like high level programming languages are not machine dependent. They work with the help of interpreter or compiler, the different translator programs. We have studied about these characteristics in your previous class, that is in your 6th standard. So let us come across some features of Python programming language. Since it's a high level programming language, it is easy to learn and it's a general purpose programming language. How easy, why easy? That when we'll be writing the program, even you will learn it very quickly. So it's easy to learn general purpose programming language. Second feature is platform independent. You are very well aware about this term, that is platform independent. That means it does not depend on any machine, or it neither depends on the operating system on which it was developed, or on which it is working. So it is platform independent. It does not depend on the machine wherever you develop the program on. The program will run on any other machine, any other computer system, as well as any operating system. So that is the term platform independent means. It has simple syntax. Writing Python programming language, the code writing is very easy. The syntax in which you write the programs is very easy. Now, what do you mean by syntax? Syntax are the rules that you follow while writing any programming language code. So, the syntax of Python programming language is very simple. Very important, and in bold letters, I would like to tell you case sensitive language. Students, Python programming language is case sensitive language. Case sensitive language means if you write a code, the code needs to be in small letters, not in capital letters. Any letter written in capital line, the keywords I'm talking about, the keywords of the Python programming language are to be compulsorily written in small letters, not in capital letters. If you write a code in capital letter, the Python program won't run. It will show you an error. So Python programming language is a case sensitive language. Interpreted language. The Python programming language is interpreted. Interpreted means it gets executed line by line. Coming to the next, it is free to use and even free for commercial products. It is freely available for everybody and you can use it for any kind of commercial purpose. Coming to the next, where do we use this Python programming language? It can be used to build a website. With the help of writing the codes, you can use Python programming language to build a website. You can even develop different games. You can program robots with the help of Python programming language. You can perform scientific computations. Difficult computations can be done with the help of Python programming language. And also you can develop artificial intelligence applications. Artificial intelligence, that is AI, which is very popular currently, in which we are developing machines that reacts as humans. The way human react, the way machines are working. So that is the short introduction to artificial intelligence. We can develop different applications of artificial intelligence with the help of Python programming language. Coming to the next, how do you install Python? You can first obtain a Python distribution. Where will you get this? You can download the Python distribute from www.python.org/download. When you will type this in the address bar of your web browser, you will come across the downloading Python window from where you can download it. After downloading, you need to execute that package, and after you double click on the installer software, you can click on the run in the dialog box and finally click on finish once the installation is over. So that is how you can download Python. Now let us come across what are the components of Python. For that, I'll show you the Python window. For that, I'll go to start. This is Windows 10, so I'm not going to all programs. Otherwise, if it's Windows 7, you'll have to go to all programs, in which you can find Python 3.7. And here you have to go to IDLE Python 3.7 bit. So this is how the Python window looks like. What are the different components of Python window? Let us understand the window first. The first thing that comes is title bar, where you see Python 3.7.6 written. That is known as the title bar. Coming to the next, file, edit, shell, debug, options, windows, help. This area is called the menu bar. This area where you are seeing the written part, where you are going to write, that is known as the script area. And the final part that comes is a status bar. That is the last most line of this window. Here you can see line 3 column 4 is written. So it denotes the status bar. So the whole Python window is divided into 4 parts. That is the title bar, menu bar, script area, and the final one that comes at the bottom is the status bar. What is the title bar display? Title bar displays the name of the application and the document. Here the name of the application is Python and we are using the version 3.7. So it's showing it over here. Also it will show the document name once I save this file. It also contains buttons like minimize, then comes the maximize button, and finally comes the close button. Next is the menu bar. Here you have different menus, like the first one is a file menu. This menu includes options related to currently used files, like the new file, open, recent files. If you have made any files recently, you can even save the file. You can even close this file. You can even exit from the Python window. So that is the file menu. Next comes the edit menu. Edit menu includes the options which helps to edit the file. Edit the file, the current file which you're using. Like you can have undo, redo, you have cut, copy, paste. These are different options that you can use. Find, find again, find selection, find in files, replace. So these are the different options that you can use with the help of edit menu. Next, final menu which I would like to explain you is the help menu. Help menu is generally used to know anything about the Python. The shortcut key to open help menu is F1. If you press F1 key, you will be able to open help menu. F1 is the shortcut key to open the help menu. This is how you can know things about Python if you want to know more in detail about Python. Okay. Finally comes the script area where I'm going to type my code. And finally comes the status bar, which is at the end of the window. These are the parts of Python window. Also, when you go into the IDLE of Python window, this is the command prompt. These three arrows greater than sign which goes is known as the command prompt. From here you start typing. So that is all about the different parts of Python window. We studied about the title bar, menu bar. We saw working with file menu, working with edit menu, and working with help menu. So that's it for this chapter. We'll be continuing this chapter in the next class. Till that time, go through this video and prepare your doubts or any queries if you have. Thank you.